And about 1883, they're coming through the mountain. They find this old mine, and it's got stuff, and they don't know what the stuff is. Probably look like copper, but mixture of copper, gold, maybe some silver, and whatnot. And so they put it in their backpack, come on to Silver King, looking for Aaron Mason, the first superintendent here. They find this ore, they come here looking for Mason, Silver King. He's not here. He said he's down at Pinell City at the mill. So they walk down to 5 miles was nothing for them on a road, piece of cake. Going downhill, piece of cake. So they walk down there and hook up with Mason. And he's down there with the assayer and talking about some ore. And they go up to me and say, we want a job here. And they're talking to him about a job. He said, well, I can put you on as muckers up at the mill. And you'll get paid $4 a day. They said, by the way, we were going through the Superstition Mountains. They pulled this ore out of the sacks, and Mason said, wow, I don't know, that looks like gold. He said, I'm going to pay you guys $800 for this gold. You have gold in this, is how good. You don't want to be miners, you want to go back and relocate that. And I'll help you get started and show you how to locate it and file a claim. I figured he'd be back here in 2 weeks. They bought mules, they bought long guns. He said, now the Apaches are still out. You want to buy some long guns. And so they bought long guns, they bought food, they bought stakes and kind of things that they would need to set up a mine. They left here, the 2 soldiers, with their long guns or supplies and known how to file, but they left by themselves. They've never seen alive again. Never seen alive again. They were murdered in the Superstition. 2 bodies were found that we're pretty sure that one of them was a soldier because they were killed and made to look like the Apaches killed them because they took most of their clothes. That they left the hat, and the hat was bought at the company store at Fort McDowell, okay, the black hats. Tom Collenborg dug up one of the graves over there by Quarter Circle U, by Miner's Needle. I can't tell where it was because nobody knows where it was. I doubt if Tom could go back to it today because it's all disappeared over there now. Everything's changed. Hiking trails, horse trails, this, that, and the other. They never found them alive, and they didn't find the mine. There was thought that that was the Lost Dutchman mine. Well, why did people think that? Well, because the Dutchman in the early days came by Silver King for supplies. He could buy supplies here or later in Pinell City. But the last time he said he was here, bought his mine in the the mines that I found are only 12 miles from here. 12 miles northeast of here. The mines that I found. And I wrote all about them in a book called The Lost El Dorado of Jacob Waltz. Because guess what I came out here for? I had known about the soldier story before I really got hot on the Dutchman story. And I said, everybody's written about stories about the Dutch. I'm going to write a story about the Lost Soldier's Mine. No way. It was so difficult, and it's so difficult